New gadgets, apps, and services seem to pop up every day, but it's frustrating when they're not available in your region. You see all the buzz online, hear your friends raving about it, but you're stuck on the outside looking in. Well, today we're tackling a question that might be on the minds of many. Where in the world can you actually use Gemini? For those unfamiliar, Gemini is Google's latest AI assistant, taking things a step beyond the familiar voice commands we're used to. It promises a more natural, interactive conversation, understanding context and responding in a way that feels human-like. Sounds pretty cool, right? So, is this amazing new tech something you can experience? Let's dive in and find out. First things first, Gemini isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. There are actually two ways to interact with Gemini, depending on your device. On your Android phone, you get the full Gemini app experience, where it acts as your dedicated mobile assistant. On iOS, things are a little different. There's no standalone app, but you can access Gemini through the familiar Google app, with a dedicated Gemini tab. Now, the big question, does your location affect which version you get? The answer is no. As long as your device is compatible and the region supports Gemini in general, you'll have access to whichever interface works best for you. Alright, that clears things up a bit. But with all this talk of regions, what regions exactly are we talking about? Is Gemini a globally available service, or are we looking at a limited rollout for now? The good news is that Google is making Gemini fairly accessible. Currently, the service is available in over 60 countries. That covers a significant chunk of the globe, spanning continents from North and South America to Europe, Asia, Africa, and Oceania. To give you a better idea, let's break it down regionally. In the Americas, you're good to go if you're in the US, Canada, Mexico, most Central and South American countries, basically, anywhere from the Canadian border all the way down to the tip of South America. Over in Europe, it's a similarly broad picture. Major countries like the UK, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, you name it, they've likely got Gemini. Most of Scandinavia and Eastern Europe are covered as well. Asia has a growing list of Gemini-enabled countries, including powerhouses like India, China, Japan, and South Korea. You'll also find it in Southeast Asian nations like Singapore, Vietnam, and the Philippines. Africa might have the smallest selection currently, but there are still a handful of countries where you can use Gemini, with more potentially on the way. And finally, Oceania, the land down under. Australia and New Zealand are both on board with Gemini, making it a great companion for exploring those beautiful landscapes. Now, a quick disclaimer. This list is based on the latest information available, and things can change. New countries might be added, and there's always the chance of unforeseen circumstances affecting availability. So, it's always a good idea to check the official Gemini website for the most up-to-date details on where you can use it. But with that being said, the future looks bright for global Gemini access. Google is clearly aiming to make this technology available to as many people as possible. So, even if you're not on the list today, there's a good chance Gemini might be coming to your region soon. So, there you have it. We answered the burning question of where in the world you can use Gemini. If you're lucky enough to be in a supported region, why not give it a try? It might just change the way you interact with your technology. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.